What will you do when you receive a good news? Say for example, you learn that your longtime crush for so many years will visit you today at nalaman mo, sasabihin niya sa iyo na gusto ka rin niya. The feeling is mutual, di ba? O kaya naman nalaman mo ngayong araw na to, yung matagal mo nang inaalaga ang numero sa loto, tumama na at milyonaryo ka na. Pag nakatanggap ka ng mabuting balita, ano ang gagawin mo ngayon? Pag nilay-nilayan natin ang Ebanghelyo ni San Lucas, na malaki ang impluwensya sa ngayon. Hindi lang kahapon, hindi lang bukas, ngayon. Luke sets the tone of his account with the opening of the public life of Jesus, which in the Gospel of Luke is the reading of the scroll in the synagogue. In today's Gospel, I invite you to reflect. But in your reflection, I would like you to imagine. Imagine that you are part of the Gospel narrative. Let's begin. Today is Sabbath, and you are at a synagogue. You saw Jesus there. He attends on the Sabbath, as was his custom. He had been brought up locally. And ultimately, he stands up as a now famous figure to read the scripture for the day. Out of respect for the authority of the scripture, Jesus stands. He was handed the scroll of Isaiah. He unrolled the scroll, and you heard Jesus read, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim release to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to let the oppressed go free, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." Everyone is silent as how normally people are. Jesus rolls up the scroll, gives it back to the attendant, and sat down. You saw people's eyes fixed on him, waiting. Jesus sits to teach, to exposit his text as it were. People around him are waiting for him to say something. You yourself, you are waiting there. But what Jesus says practically cracks open the Jewish traditions with a brazen speech act. Kakaiba ang sinabi ni Jesus. His word is a word that does something. He says, "Today, this scripture passage is fulfilled in your hearing." You were there, and you hear Jesus say that today the scripture is fulfilled. Jesus' preaching begins with the word, "Today." Today, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. Today, I bring good news to the poor. Today, I proclaim release to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind. Today, I let the oppressed go free to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. This Isaiah verses gives Jesus his commission, his mission statement. Isaiah 61 is a servant song and proclaims that the Messiah will bring relief to the poor. It is also the church's commission. Throughout the Luke Acts, we will see Jesus and the church bringing good news, proclaiming release, restoring sight, and freeing the oppressed. It is also our commission. Marami sa atin ipinagsasabukas ang pagkilos o ang paggawa. Mamaya na lang ako mag-aaral, di naman mawawala yung PowerPoint ni ma'am, naka-upload na yun online. Bukas na lang ako pabangon na maaga. I owe it to myself. Susunod ko na lang iisipin yun. Matagal pa naman. Mamaya na lang ako magsisimba. May online mass naman hanggang 7 p.m. Mamaya, bukas, susunod na lang. Yan yata yung mga katagang paborito ng karamihan sa atin. Naisip niyo ba, paano kaya kung si Jesus ang magsabi sa atin ng, mamaya na lang kita papatawarin, susunod na lang kita ililigtas, bukas na lang kita mamahalin. In the gospel reading, the key term in Jesus' announcement is an eschatological word, today, ngayon, in His person, in this moment, in a Galilean synagogue, in this word, a divine future is dawning today. And you heard it. I ask you to imagine yourself at that synagogue with Jesus. You sit in the humble village synagogue of Nazareth, not anticipating that you're about to witness the proclamation of Jesus. Today, now, back to reality. Narinig mo na yung sinabi ni Jesus. Ano ang ginagawa mo? How are you propagating the proclamation Jesus made? How do you respond here and now?